Hi Riley, my name is David Milburn, and in this video I'm going to show you 3 things you can do today to help bring in more customers to your business. I spoke to Tanner in your office and he said you were the right person to send this to. Most likely you're sitting there asking yourself, why would I be doing this and what's in it for me? Well, my company's goal is to help local small businesses like yours. Oftentimes in the world of the internet, most local business owners are too busy running their company and their business to learn how the internet can benefit them. Sometimes the only hesitation they have to hiring someone is that they don't know who's an expert and who isn't. I have found by giving people an easy blueprint of things they can actually do to impact their business for free has resulted in some of those local businesses raising their hands and saying, I like you, David. Please do this for me. So, if by the end of this video you like what you've heard and you can see I have lots of tricks up my sleeve that can help your business, shoot me a message back and we can chat. Or, if at the end of this video you simply want to take this free attack plan I gave you to do yourself, well, that works for me too. So now let me show you 3 things that will set your company above your competition and not waste any more of your time or mine. So the first thing I want to go over is content. And so content, obviously everything here, it's on your front page. This is your website, all the text, all this, right here, all the images and everything like that. So what Google does is they don't automatically know, what they don't look at your site and know what business you're in and what services you offer. So they send out robots to crawl the internet and search the content and to see what's there. So what we want to do is make sure your site has more content than your competition, and not just what's on top of your website, but also what's behind it. Meta descriptions, meta tags. For example, if we go to an image here and we right click and we do save image as, you can see what it pops up as. This one's saved as roof protection, okay? Again, so that's not necessarily a search term that's being searched for the services your company offers. So one thing I would actually do is go out here and save these images as keywords that people are searching for that will help, that adds to your content, and actually the robots see that and categorize that as a search term or as a keyword on your page. Over the years, we've seen that Google likes to see 1,000 to 1,500 words of content on your home page. So at least in the Louisville area, these guys here are one of your competitors. Okay, we can see this is their website, and we can see when I search roofing companies Louisville KY, we go down here to the organic search, and they're the site that pops up first. So what we want to do is see what they've done correctly, and we want to make sure we get some of that and do that for your site. So I actually have this tool, a paid subscription to this tool called Ahrefs. And what this does is actually gives me a sneak peek behind websites and lets me see what their traffic is, their keywords, their backlinks. I'll explain more about backlinks later. So this, Ahrefs actually shows you all that. So this is actually your site here, bigleagueroofers.com, and it shows you the keywords your site is ranking for. And I ranked them here by traffic. So you're getting 23 clicks for Lexington roof repair, and you're in the 3rd position there. Okay, so you're doing pretty well in Lexington. But as we go down through here, you see, these are the number of clicks you're getting. This is the position. Usually, the top 4 or 5 positions are on the first page of Google searches, and it, drops down. You're on the 2nd page here. So you're on you're on several. The first page, you're doing, pretty well in Lexington. But in Louisville, it looks like there's an opportunity there to move up in the search results. Okay, so we want to look now. So we can go over here and look at the competitor, and we look at the traffic here, and we look at some of the keywords, and we see how they're doing there. Right, and so we see those keywords that they're getting found for in the Louisville market, and what we want to do is get those keywords and get them on your site more times than on the competition site. All right, so the second thing I want to talk about is the next most visible section when you do a Google search is this the maps, or the map pack. Okay, and in this results we can see business's name, address, and phone number. This is these are the big 3, right? Everybody wants to be here. So I'm sure when you look at this, you say, well, how can I get listed there? Well, I'm going to explain that. This has everything to do with these things we call citations. And you probably are saying, what the heck is a citation, right? It's actually pretty simple. It's your business's name, address, and phone number out there on directories like Yahoo, Google Places, Bing, Yelp, Yellow Book, Hot Frog, all these places you probably have heard of. It's really important that we get your exact name, phone number, and address as it's listed on Google. And what's this do? Well, it's important. It's important because it sends trust signals back to Google that you're an actual legit company, not some fly-by-night or some company that just got started. And by getting out on these directories and having them list your name, address, and phone number, it starts to build up your popularity and your relevance with Google. And if you get enough of them, it starts pushing you into these top 3. They're really simple to go out and get, and you probably already have some for your site right now. I know right now you're not showing up in these top 3 spots, and we know that nationwide, the top 3, the average number of citations needed is 150 citations. So since you're not in these top 3, our goal would be to go out there and get not just 150 like the competition has, but to get 200, 250, and really blow them out of the water. That would guarantee moving you up into these top spots and getting you a lot of traffic and a lot of clicks. So that's the second thing. And the third thing I want to talk about is how do you get to the top of this thing they call the organic search results right here, right? So if you look at any study, this is called search engine optimization, or SEO, and how to get to the top of these searches. And you want to be there, right? Because about 60% of the traffic, they skip the ads and they come right down here to the organic search. So to figure out how to get there, I go back to my tool, my Ahrefs tool. This is what we call backlinks, okay? So when we look at the backlinks, so right now you guys have about 1.1 thousand backlinks pointing back to you, which is good. So we go over here and look at the competition, and we look, and they have 1.9 thousand backlinks pointing back to them. Okay? So what is a backlink? Well, I want you to think about backlinks as like a popularity contest back when you were in high school. The way Google looks at this is like that popularity contest. Like when you were a kid and you got, if you got the newest pair of Air Jordans or something, and you came into school and you walked past the most popular group in the school, and those kids, they stop you and they start pointing at your shoes and commenting on them and talking about how cool they are. If that happens, that's going to raise your popularity, right? So think of every kid who pointed at your shoes as kind of like a backlink online. All right. So what that means, we want all these websites, all these other popular kids pointing back to your site, and if we can get those sites pointing back to you, then your site's going to become more popular. So right now your competition is more popular with those backlinks. But once again, this works the same thing as citations. We don't want to just get the same number. We want to get more and go above and beyond. So you're probably thinking, well, how do I do that? Again, inside this Ahrefs tool, I can actually go and look right here. I can go and look and see which backlinks the competition is getting, and we can go out there and get those for your website. You can see they have these coming from all these sites. So I actually went to one of these sites where they've got a backlink coming in. Okay, Home Blue contract, and if we hit Control F and we search for that competitor, HKC, we can see, so there's the backlink, and when you click on it, see it takes it right to their site. Okay, so that helps push you up in popularity. So to review, we went over 3 things. Content. Your front page needs at least 1,500 words with the right keywords, and images saved with those keywords. Citations. Most of the top 3 sites have about 150 of these, and I want to get your site 200 to 250 to really beat out the competition by a landslide. And then backlinks are this link juice in industry terms. You need more relevant sites pointing at you guys to show Google you are the authority, that you're the person or the site that needs to be found for these searches. And if you implement these strategies today, you can be number 1 across Google. So I bet you're wondering, what now? Well, you can go with this information I provided today and do this on your own, and I'm totally fine with that. However, if you want the most effective route and want to save yourself the time, you can give me a call at 502-554-1482, and we can talk more about how I can help you with this. Once again, my name is David Milburn, and my number is 502-554-1482. I look forward to hearing from you. Have a great day.